What is going on, everybody? Welcome to the Rally Point. I hope everybody is having a great weekend. I hope everybody's had a great week. I don't know about you, but it is absolutely freezing outside. Even down in Louisiana, I'm hearing it is cold as can be down there as well. The only place it is warm that I know of is out in California. Chuck is out in California telling everybody he's going to the beach. So if you're watching Chuck, you've got the rest of America mad at you right now. Like I said, I hope everybody's staying warm. My power goes in and out, or has been going in and out all day today. So if this stream gets cut off early, I'm very sorry. I will try to get it back up as soon as I can. We got some big news for you guys at the end of the show. Make sure you stick around for that. We're going to be going over something that I think hits home. I kind of struggle sometimes with what to talk about on the show every single Sunday. But I think this Sunday, what I really do want to talk about more than anything is why the Brotherhood shouldn't stop when service ends. We're going to get into that with a live guest tonight. We got another announcement for you guys right after this. Love the intro. How's everybody doing tonight? I see Matt Galuso, I see Lion, I see Casey, I see Tim in there, I see Crouch. Make sure you guys are hitting that share button. Get this out to as many veterans as we possibly can. The channel's growing. I'm extremely, extremely proud of not only the channel, but every single one of you guys that are backing this channel. I mean, it may not seem like a lot, and I get it. I understand. It seems like all you got to do is get on here and talk to people, throw a cam, and things like that. It's a lot more than that when you have a purpose behind it. And there's a lot of responsibility on your shoulders to do something different. I see a lot of podcasts, and it's a lot of funny podcasts, which is great. I mean, I can scroll through it for hours. Actually, I fall asleep to it sometimes. But when you're talking about something serious like we do every single week, how we doing, Nick? Every single week, it brings a lot of responsibility. And that's something that I didn't understand when I first started the show. But you guys have taken a lot of load off of my shoulders, gotten the word out there. And it's not just one person. This is a group of people coming together. And I really want to touch base on that tonight. It's awesome. One of the things that we got invited to was a VFW, and I believe it's the national conference down in Louisiana, thanks to Casey Macaluso. They liked what this channel stands for, and we're going to try our best to make that happen alongside Barnside Brotherhood, which, if you know this channel, we absolutely love those guys over there. Make sure you check them out. One of the announcements tonight is that one of the guys Yeah, Mac, I can't say anything more about you guys. You guys are awesome. This week was a long week for me, having the kids and stuff like that. And, from the pictures from the gumbo cook-off and stuff like that you guys attended. And it's so great seeing you guys down there hanging out. And I believe I seen Nick say that you guys had lunch today. It's just amazing how technology has brought us back together, and I absolutely love it. I love hearing about it. I love seeing the pictures. It's amazing. But one of the things that we were missing on this channel was a website, right? So I want to type this in here. I want you guys to go to that website. Tim Johnsey, who I released the interview with him, which was absolutely amazing. He's one of the guys that has been supporting this channel since day one, and he's in the background a lot. You guys see him. He's in the chat rooms. I don't even know what to say about the guy. He's amazing. But he built that whole website. And yeah, I can't thank him enough for doing that, because I don't know what the hell I'm doing with that kind of stuff. You guys, I barely even know when my mic's working and when it's not. I want you guys to go to that website. Give us some feedback on that. I absolutely love what he did. I love the work that he did on it. Now, we don't have a clip of the week this week. What I do have, though, is something that I seen Chris Lyon share on Facebook this week. And that was a thing that said, and if you go to the Facebook, you can read it verbatim. But it said that I would rather listen to your story than attend your funeral. When I seen that, it really just, I had to share it, because that's the way that I feel, and I know you guys feel the same way. Yeah, Tim, I think you did one hell of a job with the website. Any suggestions, you guys, make sure you guys hit up Tim. He's the one controlling that. I don't know how he does it, but he did a great job. But one of the things that stood out to me is that saying, because it's the truth. It's what we talk about every week, right? Why we're there for each other. So I kind of wanted to do this show based off of something like that. We're getting a lot more nonprofits. We're getting a lot more veterans on the page. And I think here soon, there's going to be a lot more, which I think is amazing. It's been our goal since day one. But tonight I want to bring somebody on that has taken the phone calls before from somebody that was struggling. But I think there's more to it than that. And I want to get into that with him and hear his thoughts on it. You guys know him pretty well. Yeah, doesn't it look good, Nick? I absolutely love it. Let me get him in here. Chris Lyon. How we doing tonight, buddy?
What's up, brother? How are you?
Man, okay, so yelling and screaming at these kids. I've been complaining to Chris for the last 30 minutes that I feel like my voice is going to go out at any moment. So I think it's a mixture between the kids and, how cold it is. How's the weather going up there?
First off, I don't even talk about cold. All right, I don't want to hear it. we had negative 40 at the local airport up here. Feel like temperature the other day. It's blistering, and we have a lot of snow.
Yeah, didn't you say you got about 3 to 4 feet in your backyard?
Yeah, and and to be honest with you, my one of my buddies lives. God, Andy lives about 30 minutes away from me, and he's got like 6 feet in his yard. So it it's crazy.
But and that's when it gets dangerous, though. You know what I mean? Because once it gets down to those temperatures, you're dealing with power going out and stuff like that. It's sort of like what I'm dealing with here, but I think it's like above zero here right now, but it was down there in the negatives there for a little while, man. It sucked. And I have bad windows in my house, so.
Yeah.
So.
It has.
Listen, man, you know, there's one thing. I did an interview with you, and it stuck out with me like a sore thumb. I mean, because everybody wants to, when you get in, you're like, oh, I'm going to move up through the ranks and things like that. But one thing that stuck out to me that you said to me was you were like, it gets lonely at the top. And I didn't exactly know what that meant when you said that. I have a better feeling about what you meant by that now. Can you tell me what you mean by that so everybody out there knows what you're talking about?
So if you look at the military as a whole, right? So you come into the military, you're usually E1, E2, and then you just go up through the ranks. From E1 to E4, there's a lot of soldiers that are that rank. So you always have somebody. Your battle buddies are all usually that rank. When you make sergeant, there's less people that are in that rank, so therefore there's less people that you can talk to. You get up to E6, same thing. E7's even, E7, E8. I was, like I said, if you guys, some of you guys don't know, I retired as a first arm. When you get up there at the top, it's in a battalion there's 5 first arms, and you're a less number, so you don't have the amount of people to rely on or to talk to or to go to. I mean, yeah, you can go to them for professional things or whatever, but even when you're at the top, it's lonely because you think about it. It's like, who do I call?
Yeah.
And then you're looked at too. You're the first arm, so you're not supposed to struggle because you're supposed to be there for everybody else. And I think that was one of the hardest lessons, is realizing that yeah, you are there for all them people, but you also have to have somebody for yourself when you're up there, because if not, you're just it's gonna drive you nuts.
Yeah, and I think oftentimes, and it goes back into what we're talking about tonight, when we talk about being there for, and we still have your 6 and stuff like that. A lot of people associate that with, if you're struggling, right? So if you're struggling, we still have your 6, call somebody. But I don't think a lot of people understand being there for the person that's getting that call.
Yeah.
Because that is so difficult, getting that call, because now you don't want that person to do what they're saying they're going to do, and then guess what? That's a lot more responsibility on your shoulders. Did you ever feel like that?
Oh yeah, absolutely. Even when I was in, you still have, you're still always on your toes. You're gonna get the crazy phone calls, the soldiers that got in trouble or whatever the case may be. Um, you know, those hit hard, but they hit, in my opinion. It hits hard regardless, right? But it hits harder when it's someone that you know. I've had a couple of guys that I was stationed with over the years. Um, oh my God, it was right shortly after I retired. One called me, and he was just he was done. And I'm like, no, you're not. Like I literally stayed on this phone. It was right shortly after I got off work. So I want to say from like 4 o'clock in the afternoon until about, oh my God, it had to have been about midnight that night when he, finally fell asleep. And I stayed on the phone, listened to him sleep. And it sucked because, he was thousands and thousands of miles away from me.
Yeah.
I didn't have an address of where he was. And, you're not thinking about it at that time, because as soon as when I messaged him, hey, when you wake up, like, call me and let me know you're okay. Like, you need to get help. I'm here. I'll do what I can from here to help you. But, and he did contact me, but, you're sitting there in that moment, you're not thinking about it. But then it's when you get off the phone. It's, one, what did I do or how did I touch this man? And how did I reach out and touch him in a way that he called me out of all people?
Yeah.
Glad I 1,000,000% glad that he did, but it's just like, and then everything starts going through your head. Did I say the right things? Did I do the right thing? Did I help him enough? Is he going to get the help? And it's all questions that are going to go through your head. I've had it happen to me a couple of times of people that I hadn't, the couple that's happened to me with. I honestly hadn't talked to him in quite a one of them I hadn't talked to probably in good 2 or 3 years, and just out of the blue I get a phone call and I'm like, okay, I haven't heard from him in a while. Let's see what's going on. And it was that, and I'm like, oh my God.
But I think that goes into, each person that we serve with touches us in a different way, right? Because I know for me, somebody that's really special to me, and I know Hartman is special to you guys. Sergeant Smith is that guy for me. He always has been, always will be. He was, that's who I would call, and I know from coming from, the specialist rank or E3 to specialist rank, I would call him because I trusted him. And I think that says a lot about you as a person, because being a first sergeant, you have to be there for your soldiers, and if you're not going to get the respect. You have to earn that respect.
Oh, absolutely.
And the only way that you've earned that respect is by the soldiers coming to you. That's it. I'm sure. So for a soldier to come to you when in his time of need, that says a lot about you as a person. Which, I mean, every single person in here knows that about you, including myself. But one thing that doesn't get talked about often enough is you got that phone call, the anxiety after you get off the phone, like, did I do enough? Did I say the right things? That's what I think is so special about what we're building here, because the person going through it doesn't have to go through it alone. But then you have a group of people that are there behind you as well, right?
Absolutely.
Because I heard you say that too. You were like, it's really difficult doing that by yourself. And then I sat there and thought, I was like, that would have been difficult.
It was pretty hard. I had just started dating my fiance at that time. And I think that after I got off of that phone call, I called her, and oh my God, we were on the call till we were talking on the phone until, like, I want to say it was like 4:30 in the morning, 5 o'clock in the morning, like just me letting my feelings out on what was going on and how I felt about it. And then I had to get up at 6:30 and go to work. I not complaining, 1,000% not complaining. That's not what I'm doing. What I'm saying is it takes a big toll on someone to have that phone call. But and then like I said, when you're at the top, you're supposed to be that person, and you are that person, but nobody checks on the people that are at the top. The ones that
Yeah.
are at the top aren't checked on. They don't ask, hey, you know, how are you doing? Or after that, are you okay? Like that, it's not there. You're just expected to do.
And you guys have been, and that's incredible to me because, I know personally what you've been through. You go through enough deployments and stuff. You have to go through. Well, not everybody goes through enough deployments to get to that rank, but the more time in, the more shit you see. Let's be honest. And the more shit you see, the more stuff you have to deal with. So you're not only dealing with that, but then you're expected to just figure it out on your own. And that just, to me, you're supposed to figure out your own shit and then help other soldiers figure out theirs. That's difficult. And, I'm so glad that we started this. I couldn't be more thankful about it, because now that weight that you used to have to put just solely on your shoulders is now carried by a group of people trying to figure stuff out, which to me makes it easier on everybody, even the soldier that is struggling, right?
Yeah, that's one thing I can say now is like I know how to handle those phone calls, but now I have a way for me to handle the after the phone call with this group, because I know damn good and well that I can send a message through that group chat and somebody's going to answer me. Somebody is awake. Somebody will be there. I wish I would have had that then, because man, like I said, those couple of times were pretty rough. Pretty rough.
Yeah.
You know.
Chris, and we were talking about this before the show. The way things are looking right now, we're going to be going into something else, another conflict, right? And who the hell knows how that turns out, but there's going to be soldiers that have to lay boots down on the ground. And we need to pave that path for them so they don't deal with the same shit that we've dealt with for the last 20 years, and then be expected to be put in this position that you were in, and other first sergeants, other, platoon sergeants, even the officers, right? So I think if we take a look at what we're doing here, I think if we look at the bigger picture, I think it's going to be great, because when they come home, they already have a support group. Once this channel gets big enough, we're going to do some special things with it. And I'm really looking forward to it, because it's that weight is so much lighter when you're not carrying it by yourself.
Absolutely.
So, yeah. One of the things that me and Chris were also talking about before we got on the air, my cousin has a ride-in, and it's in my hometown, and you're going to be attending that, right, for his nonprofit, the Brett Whiteman Foundation.
Yeah, so me and the fiance are going to get on the Harley, and we're looking at ripping out Friday. We'll leave from here. We'll ride down into Ohio. We'll spend the night. We'll do the ride Saturday, and then we'll probably leave and rip back up to New York State on Sunday. So that's what we're looking to work into it right now.
Yeah, I can't thank you enough. He's been doing this for a few years now, the ride-in and the poker runs and stuff like that, and it usually draws a pretty big crowd. But I'm looking forward for you to be down here. It's going to be fun. I honestly, if you guys don't know my son's a big jokester. Actually, my kids are. They give Chris hell every time that they see him on camera. But I'm going to let that be a surprise, because I don't think my kids have ever had a normal conversation with you. I think you guys just give each other crap back and forth. And I can't wait for you to be in front of them. It's gonna be good, brother. It really is.
You're shitting out, little man. Let's see what you got.
Oh, yeah. He's gonna be shocked, but I think it's gonna be a holy crap shocked, like he's in front of me, because they ask about you guys a lot. They ask about you. They ask about what do they call it? They call Nick's sauerkraut. That's what they call Nick. They talk about Mac, they talk about LT, and that's something that's special to me. I got to meet Caleb, and he was on the rally point, and I absolutely love talking to him. But having your two worlds collide is pretty cool, man. It really is. So, listen, brother, I'm going to let you go. Tonight's show is going to be a little bit shorter than most, and I'll tell you why. I don't have a nonprofit of the week because I've got to save those, right? And we didn't really do too much this week just because the kids were here all week. And you were here on late notice and stuff. But I thought that was a good point to make, is this group is more than just there for the person that's struggling. It's also there to take that weight off just one person and put it on a group of people to help out.
Yep. Absolutely.
Any last words, brother?
Hey. Rock steady, roll ready.
Oh my God. Always first, buddy. I don't know if that's how that goes, but we'll roll with it. All right, brother. All right, brother. Well, listen, it was great having you on. Thank you so much for stopping in tonight. Listen, stay warm up there. I know you're used to it, being Santa Claus and everything. All right. Well, listen, I will talk to you later in the group, okay?
All right, brothers. Later, man.
All right, later, bro. Let me get him back on mute so I don't have to hear him in my ear talking crap to me. I think a lot of the time that's what's misconstrued, right? And you guys can give me your guys' thoughts on that, because I want to hear from you guys. No, a lot of the times I'm getting better at reading the chat while I'm doing the show and stuff. It's getting a lot more comfortable for me being on this podcast and stuff. But I think that's something I didn't understand. I was like, I want to be there for more guys that are struggling. But what I didn't understand is the people that are getting these calls, the people that are the good ones that are getting these calls, how are they doing? That's a lot of weight, because you've got to think, if you're at the top, you've got more than one soldier going through it. And usually if people trust you, more than one person will come to you with that kind of stuff and what they're struggling with and stuff like that. That's what this is all about. We have a great group here at Operation Intel Veteran Stories, and it's only going to get stronger. The more the word gets out, the more, events that we go to, the more people see the name, the more people hear our stories. It's going to be great. And like I said, one of the things that excites me about all this is because, well, I shouldn't say excites me, but I know that we're going to go into another conflict. And that could be any minute now, to be honest with you. And it's scary. And it's only scary because, and I know you guys in the chat, you're like, oh, it's not scary. Sign me up. I get it. We miss that thrill. We miss all that. But you have to realize that there's going to be boots on the ground. There's going to be people coming back struggling just like we were, with the same crappy care. And they're going to have to figure it out. And God forbid that they get out of the military and they don't have a support system behind them. They don't have a group behind them, because you know as well as I do, once you're out, 9 times out of 10, you do not keep in touch for very long with the people that you served with. We want to change that. And me and Nick have talked about this a lot on this show. We've talked about it, in the groups. We've talked about it on the show. We've talked about it during the interviews. We need to leave this better than what we found it. And the way that we found it is that you don't talk about it. You don't talk about it. You keep it in and keep moving forward. I don't believe in that one bit, because it's gotten us to 22 a day. That's way too many. So we've got to form a new path, and we've got to be there for the younger soldiers as well. We've got to be there for the people that are in. Let them know that there's a group out there, a channel out there that is there committed to helping them. It's not why I started this. It sort of is why I started this channel, but this channel has taken on a life of its own. Just through these rally points and just through these interviews. It's a whole new mission now. I just wanted to talk to you guys. I missed you guys. I wanted to hear your stories. I wanted to hear if you were struggling like I was. Now look where we are, not even 6 months down the road. Look at what we've accomplished. So when you hear me say in 2026 it's going to be a big year for us, it is. It's going to be a giant year for us, because more of these nonprofits are going to get helped. More soldiers are going to get helped. Hell, I had somebody on, I don't know if anybody's seen this, because through the shorts, we get a lot of comments on there, but one guy was like, I'm struggling. I forget exactly what he said. I tried messaging him. I told him to message me. He said he was struggling. That's the kind of people we aim to help. And if you don't have to be struggling to be a part of this group. If you believe in the mission, if you believe that these people that need help, if you want to be one of the ones that they talk to and you want to help out with this, be a part of it. It doesn't take anything but effort and being there and caring about one another. That's all it takes. There's a soldier out there right now struggling, thinking that this is the end. You could help change that just by a little bit of effort. And we've done great things. That's all I'm going to say. We've done great things, and I am extremely proud of every single one of you guys for stepping up to the plate and knocking it out of the ballpark. And since day one, I've told you guys that this isn't just my channel. This is our channel, and what we've done is we have done one hell of a job so far. And I'm proud of you guys. I love you guys too. Sorry, I this week was a lot. We know you'll poop in the road. I still got to make a shirt about that. So, big announcement. Well, before I get into that, one thing that I did want to tell you guys, and I don't like talking about this kind of stuff because, well, it's not what the channel's for. But I've been asked a number of times, how can you donate to the channel? How can you, do all that? The one thing that I'll tell you is subscribing to the channel will help. I don't know. It's something that I unlocked on Facebook which I think subscribing is like $4.99. It gets you like what I am going to build it up to once I have some more time. I'm going to build it up to where it's a community where I take one question a week out of the subscribers and ask the live guest the question from the subscribers. I think that would be a neat way. Any suggestions from you guys would be great. But that's the one way you can donate until I do the nonprofit. Hey, Tim, you know what? If you want to do that, I'll talk to you later tonight. I've been asked multiple times. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to just put it out there. You don't feel obligated to donate. Please, for the love of God, do not feel obligated to donate to the channel. But I've been asked, so I wanted to tell you guys that. So we have a big announcement tonight, and before I do that, I want to go ahead and I want to play something that we've been working on, and it ties into this announcement. So if you are new to this channel, if you are just watching it, because some of the people don't watch live, they watch after the show has ended. So if you are new to this channel, the one thing that we've been working on is the 22 nonprofits in 22 days. I think I announced that last week with the idea coming 2 weeks ago, right? So what we're going to do is we're going to watch the video from that real quick.
Don't ever think that you can't get to where you need to be. There's always a way to pull yourself out of it.
What you're going through sucks right now, but it'll get better.
Somebody is there for you. Whether it's a battle buddy or a random stranger, call me, call somebody, talk to them.
The last question I ask every single veteran I talk to, what advice would you give to a struggling veteran?
No matter what you go through in life, good, bad, or indifferent, just have that walk with Christ and that talk with Christ, man. When you need him, he's there. He's always there.
I guess I would say pick up the phone. I know it sucks. I mean, because all of us have that mentality is like, I'm 10 foot tall, bulletproof, and I can do this. But you can't.
We lose 22 veterans a day to suicide. So instead of talking about it, we're taking action to end it.
But being home is a success. Like, looking at, a lot of us have already stared 40 in the face, and are on the other side of it. I'm 44. I was a little older when I went in. It's like, you're still here, dude. It's almost like 20 years later, and you're doing it.
Talk to somebody. And don't stop talking to somebody. Even if it's just something little, something stupid. Or that seems stupid. Talk anyways.
What we're about to do is something that's never been done before. So I hope you're ready.
Talk to someone. You can see people every day, all day, but until you actually talk to them, you don't know what they've seen.
Find Jesus. Because all that hope, all the love, you don't have to, the Holy Spirit is within each of us.
So I'm happy to announce 22 nonprofits in 22 days. Meaning for 22 days straight, I'm going live with a brand new nonprofit where their goal is to help struggling veterans. So if you know of any nonprofits that help struggling veterans that need a spotlight, send them our way. Together, we will end that number 22.
Don't give up. You are an example. But you got to figure out what kind of example you want to be.
Sorry about that, Lion. He had his phone turned down, he said. So, I'm happy to announce, starting tomorrow, we are starting the 22 nonprofits in 22 days. Starting tomorrow night, I will be going live with these nonprofits. I am super, super, super excited about this. I don't know if you guys are as excited as I am, but we've got a really good first episode for you. We've got a jam-packed week, and I hope you guys are ready for it, because these nonprofits I got are amazing. So make sure you guys are tuning in tomorrow at 8:30. We will be going live with our first nonprofit. So what do you guys think about that? I think this is going to turn into something great. I look forward to talking to him. Tim, if you could, I'm going to be doing these, and then we can put them down into the resource and on our website. If you can do that, if you could get me over all the information you need from these nonprofits, I'll make sure I can do that for you. Make that job a little bit easier. I don't mean to put you to work, but maybe at the end of the week, put them in there, or however you want to do it is perfectly fine with me. Hey, listen, you guys send me, Nick, you are a rock star. Well, I'm not going to give you any. I'm not going to give. No, you're not a rock star. You're okay. All right. How about this? You're a good guy. I appreciate you, buddy. No, Nick Crouch is a rock star when it comes to this. Some of the stuff that he's done, and I want to touch on this real quick. Last week, I asked Nick Crouch, I said, what would you do with $350 million? How much good could you do for veterans? Yeah, you're swell. This guy drove, I forget how many hours. I think it was like all in all 8 hours or something like that. 6 hours, something crazy, to help another veteran out that didn't have power, and nobody else would help. That's the kind of character that's in this group. That's what makes us different. That's what makes us stand out. Not to mention other things. I mean, it's just amazing. You guys have stepped up. And I know I've said it a million times this show, but I really want to give that to you guys, because without you guys, this show doesn't run half as well as it already does. So I appreciate you guys more than you know. And Nick, thank you. I know I give you a lot of crap, but you're doing an amazing job, brother, and I'm proud of you. With everything that you have went through, to turn it around to something so good to help other people out. And this goes for all of you guys, but I'm talking to Nick right now because he's out there at these events. He's pushing everything. Everybody's pushing it. But he's getting these nonprofits. Couldn't ask for anything more. So I appreciate you, brother. I really, really do. Something amazing. So, starting fuel cans. Okay, so the United Cajun Navy provided generator and fuel cans. No, I want to make sure I said that too, because that's what Nick just said. But starting tomorrow night, make sure you guys tune in. All new graphics. But it's going to be focused on these nonprofits that are doing amazing work. They're doing amazing work. I want to hear their stories. I want to hear their whys. I want to hear how they're helping. I'm excited for this journey. I know you guys are too. So get ready for it, because it's starting tomorrow night. Now, with that being said, We won't be, I don't think I'm going to be doing it on Saturdays and Sundays. Number one, the kids on Saturdays, that's my day with the kids. And they get crazy. Sunday's the rally point. So I think I'm going to be doing it Monday through Friday. I'm almost certain of it now. That makes more sense for the schedule. Plus, I don't want to pack stuff and it'd be looking for other. I think it just works out better this way. And I also don't want to take anything from the rally point either, which I think the rally point's doing a great job right now, bringing us all together and talking every week. So I hope you guys are excited for this week. I can't stress this enough. If you are watching this, I don't care if you're watching it live. I do not care if you're watching a replay of it. If you need help, say something. There's a team of people that are there to listen, to come up with options. You need somebody to be hard on you and say, hey, go get help. We got that. You need somebody to just sit there, listen to you, and just be understanding. We've got that too. We are here to help. You are not alone. I can promise you that. I love every single one of you guys. Yeah, Tim, I'm going to be really busy. But you know what? I want to do this full time. After this week, I seen a need for it. And I want to do more. And I was telling Casey this. Casey was texting me about this VFW convention. And I just told her, I said, I want to do this full time. I want to be able to touch more soldiers. I want to be able to help them, and I want to be able to do more. And I'm okay being busy. This is something I absolutely love doing. I look forward to Sunday nights now. Whereas used to, I'm not going to get into too much of why. It's my kids leave on Sunday nights. And I hated it. I hated Sunday nights. I still hate Sunday nights because they're not here, but I get to talk to you guys every single Sunday night. I get to laugh with you guys. I get to, talk about things that are important. Then I get to work together as a team to fix this problem. And that's what's important to me. So I don't mind being busy. Exactly, Lion. And I don't know if if you're watching on YouTube, Lion in our Facebook chat said, and there are people everywhere. There are always someone that knows someone that's close by for sure. We know people from all over. We're in the military. We always say it. We could go here and have a place to stay. We could go here and have a place to stay. Why not say, hey, you need help. I know somebody over there that can get help quick. Somebody, even if you just want to listen. We've got that. We've got that resource. One of the things that I do want to start sometime maybe in the spring or summer is a nonprofit for Operation Intel Veteran Stories. And the idea behind it is going to be helping out other nonprofits that are in need because they need it. And I'll figure out something. And I know it's not going to just be me figuring it out. It's you guys too, because you guys are a big part of this. I love you guys. You guys are awesome. And I appreciate every one of you guys. But be ready for tomorrow night. I'm looking forward to it. I've got some really good people coming on here. I am excited about it. I will be live Monday through Friday and Sundays. That's 6 out of the 7 days a week. You will get to see my ugly face in your phone and on your computer screen, and I know you love it. But you'll get to hear their stories. You'll get to hear about what they're doing to help the veteran community. I hope you guys are looking forward to it. I hope you guys loved the show tonight. Thanks to Chris Lyon for coming on and sharing some things that not too many people talk about. So, I'm getting the gray back, Casey. You should be happy. My rich brown is going away. But listen, guys. If... Oh, you better watch out. You see that comment down there, don't you? I'm handsome. Anyways, guys. I appreciate you guys. Let me know if you guys know of any nonprofits. Send them my way. Again, if you do know nonprofits, try not to just send the nonprofit to me, because I got a lot of, I know it doesn't seem like it, but I got a lot of moving pieces going on right now. So if you have their contact information of somebody to get in contact with, send that to me. It would help out greatly. But I look forward to seeing you guys tomorrow night through Friday night and Sundays. And we are going to make a difference. If it's the last thing I do, we're going to make a difference, and we already have. So, I hope you guys enjoyed the show tonight. I love each and every single one of you guys. So, until tomorrow night, I'll see you guys later.